Hello, my name is Eli Ports, and today I will be explaining the importance of minding your fashion footprint. Fashion is a huge contributor to pollution. In fact, according to the UN, it accounts for 8 to 10% of all global emissions. There are two crucial forms of fashion discussed when it comes to decreasing your fashion footprint: fast fashion and sustainable fashion. In this video, I will discuss the problem with fast fashion, the benefits of sustainable fashion, how to support and take part in sustainable fashion, and of course, a conclusion wrapping up the main ideas of the issue. Now let's dive deeper into fast fashion. Fast fashion refers to inexpensive clothing that is mass produced to keep up with rapidly changing fashion trends. Although convenient and cost effective, fast fashion is detrimental to the environment and human rights. Companies that use this production method often utilize foreign labor that is notorious for underpaying employees, requiring strenuous work hours, and having unsafe working conditions. We often associate fast fashion with sweatshops. These sweatshops are primarily located in Bangladesh, China, and India. The other side of the impacts of fast fashion is the environmental toll it takes. Did you know that around 20% of wastewater worldwide comes from fabric dyeing and treatment? This is part of the fashion industry's use of 93 billion cubic meters of water. That's enough water to meet the consumption needs of 5 million people. It is also responsible for 10% of annual global carbon emissions, more than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. At this pace, the fashion industry's greenhouse gas emissions will surge more than 50% by 2030. Did you also know that of the total fiber input used for clothing, 87% is incinerated or disposed of in a landfill, and every year, 500,000 tons of plastic microfibers are dumped into the ocean, the equivalent of 50 billion plastic bottles. If demographics and lifestyle patterns continue as they are now, global consumption of apparel will rise from 62 million metric tons in 2019 to 102 million tons in 10 years. It's clear that fast fashion has a significant impact on both people and the environment, but there is a solution. Let's talk about sustainable fashion. Sustainable fashion encompasses people and businesses. For businesses, sustainable fashion is creating clothing that is ethically made and environmentally friendly. Businesses that choose to take part in sustainable fashion must be mindful of their employees that make the garments, and also what materials go into them. Fabrics that are common use for sustainable clothing brands include organic crops such as organic cotton, linen, or hemp, and newer fabrics that are being made using biodegradable materials and energy-efficient methods. Although current technology has not gotten to a point where true sustainable fashion with full circularity and zero emissions is reasonable, consumers still have their own duties. For many wondering, what's the point if it doesn't affect me? Sustainable fashion also has a lot of global and consumer impacts as well. Sustainable fashion strives for a lower carbon footprint as well as conserving non-renewable materials. It's also a great way to support local communities. In order to be considered sustainable, fair labor practices have to be a top priority for businesses trying to use this model. This is achieved by sourcing materials and labor locally. This creates jobs and opportunities for everyday people like you and me. All of these traits of sustainable fashion also promote awareness for the issue. By now, it's clear that fast fashion has significant negative impacts on both people and the environment. But as we've seen, sustainable fashion offers a solution that prioritizes ethics, local communities, and the environment. While businesses have a responsibility to adopt sustainable practices, consumers can also play a role in creating a more sustainable fashion industry. Here are some practical ways that individuals can make a positive impact. Browsing secondhand options before opting into buying brand new clothing helps keep clothes out of landfills. When buying clothes, try to figure out what exactly you need and pick out something that you know you will wear a lot of times. Making sure what you buy is high quality will ensure that whatever you buy will last a long time. Don't be afraid to branch out and shop locally. Many local clothing shops use sustainable methods, and it is apparent when they don't. Shopping locally can be fun if you treat it like an outing, and in turn, you support your community. If you want to support sustainable fabrics, there are many startup businesses that are trying to popularize eco-friendly materials in clothing. Many of these businesses primarily operate online, so a quick internet search will get you there. Before you throw away damaged clothes, do some research into finding a way to repair them. Sometimes it is cheap to repair clothes, and many companies offer repair services on clothes that were bought from them. These services are sometimes even free. If you are done with your current clothes, try to sell them or even donate them before you throw them out. The more people that care about what type of clothing they wear, the better. Throughout this video, we have explored the impact of fast fashion on both people and the environment, and the importance of sustainable fashion as a solution. Fast fashion not only exploits workers in developing countries, but it also contributes to environmental pollution and waste. On the other hand, sustainable fashion prioritizes ethical practices, local communities, and the environment, and offers a more responsible way to consume clothing. As consumers, we have the power to make a positive impact on the fashion industry by adopting sustainable practices such as buying secondhand, choosing high quality clothes, shopping locally, supporting eco friendly materials, repairing and donating clothes, and finally, raising awareness about these issues. Although an individual can't do much to promote sustainable fashion, communities can. The more we work together and the more we hold each other accountable, the more progression we will unlock towards a more sustainable future.